Welcome, yogi, to this chair yoga practice. This is a fully seated practice with no standing poses and no poses on the ground. And it's designed to stretch you gently all over from head to toes. All you need for this practice is your chair. If you do have a yoga block or a book, you might find it useful in some points, but I will give alternatives, so don't worry if you don't have one. So we'll begin in an upright seat. You might just lean back a little bit and then lean forwards some. Do that again. Lean back and forwards. And then find a center point between those two. Lift your chin and then lower it. Do that again. Lift your chin and lower it. And then come to neutral with the head also. Bring the shoulders up towards your ears. Breathe in. Let them relax down. Find a comfortable resting point for your hands. Close your eyes. And just breathe deeply now. Breathing into the belly. Starting to settle into your yogic breath. Nice full breaths in and out through your nose. Just take a few of these. So expansive inhales and slow exhales. Perhaps a little bit deeper than you usually breathe, expanding all the way down into the belly. And another, please, yogi. And as we move through this practice, you'll try and maintain this deep breath. Take another couple. And I'll remind you that in our movements, there should be no sharp pain. So if there's any movements that we do that don't feel good to you, just skip those particular ones today. We just spend a few minutes in each part of the body. And we're going to start up in the neck. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, tilt your head over to the right. When you breathe in, lift your chin back and right. It doesn't have to be very far. And when you breathe out, slowly roll the chin down in the direction of the right collarbone. And then as you breathe in, you can lift it back out to the side. And as you breathe out, you can lower it back towards that collarbone again. Good. And take another couple of breaths, just moving between those points, maybe the lift or maybe just the side and lower, wherever feels good to your neck. Then we'll lift your head up, hand over to the left. Ease it over there, might take a second. On a big breath in, take your time. Lift the chin, see how that feels. And on the exhale, start to draw it down and left. And you might move in between those points, left ear to left shoulder and down. We'll take a few more breaths, stretching this right side of your neck. Keep your right shoulder nice and heavy, pulling down. Pause anywhere that needs your attention. And lift your head up. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And lift your chin up. Bring it to neutral. And look as far right as you can. Turn your head about halfway back to the front. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, look to the right again. Turn your head about halfway back and look to the right. And slowly does it, turn your head all the way forwards. Make sure you don't get any dizziness there. And turn your head to the left slowly, as far as you can, comfortably. When you breathe in, just undo the stretch so you look a little bit more off at the side at an angle. And as you exhale, you start to look back again. Inhale, undo the intensity. Exhale, re-intensify, look back. Good. I'll turn the head forwards. That's it. Let your chin move straight forwards. So you're sticking it out. You could even put your fingertips there. Sometimes helps to sort of give you a reference point. And you're going to draw the head back, 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 keeping the chin parallel to the mat. Feel this all the way into the back of the head there. We'll do that a couple of times. So you slide it straight forwards, trying to keep your chin quite parallel to the floor. It might make you make some funny faces. And we'll pull it back as far as we can. And let's do that one more time. Forward, chin out, that's it. And sliding back. Well done, yogi. And back to neutral, just move your head any way. Okay, let's move down into the shoulders. So let's start with the right shoulder. Circling shrugs backwards. So it's a forwards, then up, then back, then down. Forwards and up, and back, then down. Good. A few of these. And then if it feels possible, you can make that your whole arm. So the whole arm goes forwards and up, and back and down. Now, if that traps in your shoulder, you could stay with the shrugs if they felt more comfortable. Let's do 2 more of these big movements all the way around, like you're drawing a circle on the wall next to you. Forwards and up, elevate at the top, back and down. Good. And stretch your right arm straight ahead with your thumb up. Pull the hand back and then pull it even further back. If you like, look to the left also. So you start to stretch through the front of the right shoulder. Actively pulling that right hand back, the right shoulder blade pulling towards the spine. And I also use my left hand as an anchor point on the left knee just to help here. And we'll come back out to the side. We'll bring our arm across your chest, hook your left hand under. Keep this right arm straight. Left arm under or left hand under, gently pull it across you and in until you feel perhaps some stretch now in the back of your shoulder. Good. We'll take it back out to the side. Turn the palm up and lift the hand up if you can. Turn your palm forwards and bend your elbow. So the hand comes to the back of the head or the nape of the neck. This may well be enough for a stretch for you for today. If it feels possible, not too like a pretzel, you could put your left hand to help stretch into your tricep here. A gentle pull of the elbow across and back. Like I say, it can be a little bit tricky to reach for that. So if it doesn't feel good, just skip this one. Lovely, yogi. Let's release the arms one at a time. Let's move those same movements in the left shoulder and even you up. Left shoulder forwards and up, back and down. Forwards and up, and back and down. Just shrugs for a start. Loosening it up. And then if it feels possible, make it a circle with your whole arm so the arm stays straight and you circle around. And just like I said on the other side, if this makes your shoulder trap something or feel uncomfortable or painful, don't do the big loops. Stay with the smaller ones if they felt okay. One more. Forwards and up. And back and down. And when we come forwards, we stay forwards. Open the left arm out to the left. Look out to the right and pull the hand as far back as you can. Strengthening here into the shoulder and stretching across the front of your left side. Also a neck stretch. And the breath is helpful. And we'll bring our arm across. Keep your left arm straight across your chest. Use your right hand or your right forearm to gently pull it in towards you. Staying upright in your torso. Good. And we'll take the arm out to the side, turning the palm up, stretch it up, bend your elbow, hand to the head or nape of the neck or the shoulders. And this may well be enough. You can hold here if this feels challenging, or you could add the right arm, hand to elbow if that feels possible, coming into tricep stretch. Deep breaths, yogis. Good. And let's release both of the arms out. Relax them. Okay. Now we're going to take the right hand, actually both hands forwards. Open your hands out and peel the fingers towards the forearms. So you're really flexing through the wrists. That's it. And then curl the fingers in towards the knuckles. So you're not bending the whole hand into fists, just the fingers curling in, and then also the thumbs. So this is a bit of a finger exercise, hand exercise. Unfurl them, thumbs and fingers. Okay, you can see me concentrating for this one. Tuck your fingers in, fingertips towards the knuckles, and the thumbs come in. You can feel a little bit funky. And then the hands open up. There we go. We'll do this one more time. Curl the fingers in, thumbs in, and thumbs out, fingers out. Twirl your wrists. That's good. Now interlace your hands. Just do some little sideways figure eights. Making your wrists and your forearms move. Can you go the other way? See if that works. There we go. A little bit of brain yoga while you figure that out also. All right, now take your right hand as if you're going to high five in front of you and turn your fingers down. Now use your left fingers to hold on to the right fingers and gently pull the fingers back as you press the heel of your hand straight forwards. So stretching your wrist and your forearm here and the hand. Good. And let's switch it to the other side. So you take your left hand, turn the fingers down towards the floor. Use your right fingers to hold on to the left hand. Gently pull back as you press the heel of the hand forwards. And stretch your forearm, your palm. And breathe. Keep your left shoulder down away from your ear if you feel it's hiking up there. Good. And release. Move your wrists, your forearms. Everything feel okay? We'll continue. Okay. Take your hands forwards and up. That's it. And we're going to let the hands come to the knees. Start to lean forwards. Replace that with the forearms. I'm just going to start stretching your back gently. It may be that here is far enough for you today, and a gentle forward fold. And I mentioned if you have a block, that could be the next step. If you have one, you might want to put your hands on a block. And you might be comfortable without the block and go straight to the floor. So just lean forwards. Now deepen your breath into the low back. Fill up the whole torso. So you're exhaling smoothly. Your inhales are gently stretching your back. Okay. Push into your feet, sit up. Now some more spinal movements and shoulders. So we're going to pull the elbows back into goalposts, pick up the chest and squeeze the elbows as far back as you can. Hold here. That's it. And now squeeze your forearms as close as they'll go. So they might touch, your palms might touch, your elbows might be apart, or you might be able to squeeze your forearms together. Tuck your chin down so you're actively rounding through the upper back. Take some breaths here. Notice that you can use your breath to stretch your upper back and shoulders. And let's do some of those with movement. So as you inhale, pull the elbows back, pick up the chest, a bit of an arch through your whole back. And then the opposite is the round. Elbows squeeze as close as they'll go. 2 more times. Open that up wide and squeeze. So these are just like cats and cows, but with the addition of your shoulder movement. Open this up and squeeze. Lovely. Open it up to finish this sequence. Pause here. Straighten out the arms. Pull the hands back. And then relax them down. Give them a little roll again through the shoulders. And then we'll put the hands onto your knees and do some more traditional cats and cows. So a lift up through the heart. You might feel like you can move more of your lower back now that you're not involved in the arms. And round. So tuck your tailbone under you and round your whole back. And inhale, lifting the chest, pulling the elbows back. And exhale, rounding, scooping your tailbone under you, barely pulling back. And a couple more of those. So just trying to move as much of your back as you can. And again. Lovely. Come back to neutral. So we've done some rounding and extension. We're going to come into some twisting now for your back. You have the option here to keep your feet as they are, or to cross your right leg over your left if you like. So just add a little bit extra movement for the hips here and the legs. Left hand onto the right knee, the one at the top there, and right hand to the chair behind you. Gently twist. Looking back. And take some breaths. Just easing your way into this. You might undo your twist a bit when you inhale and gently stretch deeper as you exhale. Just not forcing anything now. Might take a second. Lovely. And we'll unwind from this side. Undo the legs if you did the cross and switch left leg on top of right. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall and then start to rotate, looking back. And then again, just some deep breaths here where you gently twist your spine. And we'll release this. Turning forwards, undo your legs again. Stretch your left hand forwards and up. And side stretch. So we're going to hold on to the chair with the right and reach over the top with the left. So now we're going to stretch into the waist, into the ribs. As you inhale, come out of it about halfway, perhaps a third of a way. And as you exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale, reach. One more time. Up and reach. Pausing here for 5. Breathe smoothly, please. 4, 3, 2, almost there. And 1, come up, bend your elbow, help yourself all the way up. And let's even you up straight away. Right hand goes up to the ceiling. Hold on to the chair with your left. Side stretch over. Inhale up a little. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale and reach. Good. One more with the breath. And then we hold it in your stretch for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up. And release, roll your shoulders. You're doing great, yogi. All right, we're going to slide your right foot out to the right side now. So just getting a little bit more into the low back here, the QL areas. We'll take your left hand up. It's another side stretch. Right hand or elbow, should I say, to the knee and reach. And a slightly different foot position and the anchoring of the left side of your bum can sometimes help you to access this part of your low back that can feel really tight sometimes. And some of you might need to have a hand on the calf or on a block or on a book there to make this work, to find the depth that you need. But if you feel like you're anchoring your left sit bone down and reaching through your left hand and opening your ribs up, you may be able to create that without going deeper. Good. Bend your elbow, come on up. Slide your right foot in and your left foot off the side. There you go. Right hand goes up, sitting tall, turning forward still. Left elbow rests on the knee and start to side stretch this. As you feel that heaviness through the right outer hip, and reach your fingers. Just take some deep breaths. Good. And come up carefully and slide your foot back in. Now keep your knees quite close. This can be a little bit awkward, but it's nice release for the low back. So start to lean into your thighs. So at some point, abdomen and thighs are going to come together. And you hold at that point. Take a breath into the low back and out. Try to relax any tension there from the glutes, from the spine. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Good. And we're going to sit up and I'll continue down the body into the legs. So let's take the right foot, lift it up, or right thigh, should I say, lift it up. Hold onto your thigh or onto your shin and just start to move this right knee in and out. Just in and out, in and out. And you might then start to explore around side to side or some circles. Just trying to move the hip in its joint round and around, side to side. If you're going in circles like I was, try going the other way. Good. Really nice, yogi. Now give that knee a good squeeze in towards you, wherever you're holding on to. If it's difficult for you to have your foot off the floor, you could put a block or a book under your foot and lean into it instead. Okay, so you could elevate your foot on something and lean forwards, and that might help you. Or you could simply be leaning forwards into the knee. If you're able to lift the foot, we're going to squeeze it in close here. A good amount of compression through the right hip flexor muscles. Good. And release that carefully. And let's do the same on the other side. So pick up your left foot if you can, hold onto your thigh or your shin, and just start to move in and out a few times. And then you might try some side to sides, or you could join me in attempting some circles. You might be like squares or hexagons. See what you can do with this left hip. If you've been circling like I have, go the other way too. That's it. And then we go for that tight squeeze. So like I said, if having the foot off the floor just doesn't work in your body, you could elevate the foot and lean into it to create that same tight squeeze between the thigh and the abdomen. If you are okay holding the thigh or the shin, keep squeezing it in close to you. Your shoulders are away from your ears. You've got no tension in your face. You're enjoying your full yogi breaths. Well done. All right, let's release that left leg and stretch now into the front of the leg. So we'll turn to your right and make sure your right thigh is on the chair. Lots of your right thigh on the chair. Make sure you're safe doing this. Your right heel is at the side of your chair underneath your knee. And your left leg slides back so you end up in a lunge shape, very much supported by the chair. Hold onto the chair with both hands. And as this left leg sliding back and pressing back through the heel starts to extend through the hip flexors here. You could intensify this by lifting your chest up and almost leaning back, as long as you don't feel that crunchiness in your low back. So you want to feel spacious still. So if the lean back doesn't feel good, think up more than back. And keep pressing your left heel back. Now you can hold this position, or you can add a little extra. Left hand going straight up to the ceiling and reaching over to the right. So you're reaching over the chair, and this will then stretch into the outside of your left leg, sorry. That's it, and coming out carefully. Soften this back knee so it's not as stretched out. You can bring the foot in and start to swirl around. Let's do the same pose on the other side. So you'll put your left foot to the side of your chair. Plenty of left thigh on the chair, be nice and safe. If it feels okay to stretch your right leg back, go there. Hold onto the chair with both hands while you get settled. The right leg stretching back, pressing back through the heel to stretch the front of the right leg. And then if you're leaning forwards, if it feels okay on your back, start to rise up in your chest and your crown. And breathe. And we can take the right hand up if you want to go a little bit more. And side stretch it so you reach over the back of the chair. Your left hand holding onto the chair top or the seat. Side body stretch all the way down that right hip, waist. Bring the elbow back in. Carefully does it, yogis. Start to turn forwards. Keep your feet quite wide. Shimmy forwards on your chest so you're not sat too far back on it. Toes are turned out, knees are nice and wide. Hands on the knees, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lean forwards, bring your hands either to the floor. If the floor's too far, elbows on knees is good. Or hands on a block or something that can support them. Ease your way down. Take some deep breaths here, stretching into the hips, perhaps your inner thighs. Lovely. Help yourself up. Elbows or hands to knees. Pressing up, push through the feet. Slide the feet back in towards about a hip's width apart from one another. Lift up your right foot and place it, if you can, onto your knee, onto your left knee. Now, if this is a little bit too far for you, you could keep the foot down and do this movement in and out with the foot on the floor. So we're going to lift the knee up towards your left collarbone and then let it go out. And move it in and out of those two positions a couple of times, in and across and out. In and across and out. Good. Now, if you have your foot on the floor, you could cross at this point at your ankle or over the knee. If your ankle is on your knee, it's going to stay there. Flex your foot, lift up your chest lots, and we're all going to lean forwards. So now we're stretching into your right glutes, the right side of your bum. If you're not feeling it, it might be that you're rounding a little too much. So rather than letting the chin come to the chest and the chest collapse in, pick it all up. Really great posture in your shoulders. Very proud through the heart. And lean with that. And that might help you find that stretch into the right hip. Good. And then as you sit up, if you've got your ankle on your knee here, pick the knee up and pull it across your torso. So all the way over towards the left collarbone. This will target more towards the piriformis, which can be tight for a lot of people. Now, if your ankle isn't on your knee, this is a bit peculiar. You lean forwards and across. It isn't quite the same stretch, but a good stretch nonetheless. Good. One more breath. Good. Carefully release your knee, please, yogis. Unhook it. And we'll do that same thing. So like I said, if your ankle doesn't go on the knee, first off, you're going to go in and out with your toes on the floor, okay? If your ankle can rest on your knee, pop it up there. And we're just moving in and out with that knee, gentle assist, not pushing or forcing. Just moving in and out, in and out. That's it. And then if your foot is on the floor, you could keep it there or cross ankle over ankle or left ankle over, left knee over right, apologies. And we'll sit up, chest is up, wide collarbone, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep that postural alignment in your back as you lean forwards. So you stretch your left hip. And take some lovely full breaths. Good. And we'll sit up and hug the knee up and across you, holding onto it, squeezing it across towards the right collarbone. Now, like I said before, if your foot is on the ground, you'll lean your right chest towards your left knee. It's a different stretch, unfortunately, but it is still good. Squeeze the knee across. Lovely. And you can let this go and unhook the foot. Give your knees a wee swish side to side. Moving further down the legs, yogis, we'll let the right leg extend out. So again, not too far back on your chair, otherwise your leg can't get straight. And for a start, left knee is directly over your ankle, hands rest there. And point your toes and flex your foot. And point and flex. Now keep that flex. Pick up the chest again. We keep doing that today. Chest is up, shoulders are down, and start to lean forwards over the legs. With that strong flex in your right foot, you'll feel perhaps a stretch in the right calf or up in the hamstring, or maybe both. Breathe, yogis. Good, come on up. Slide your right foot in, extend your left foot. Just while you get settled, point and flex a couple of times. Point, flex, point, flex. Keep the flex. Chest is up, great posture. Hands on the right knee, start to lean out there. Keeping that left foot really active towards toes towards your shin helps you to feel the stretch in the calf and the hamstring. Staying with it, yogi, staying present with your breath. Not forcing anything. That's it. Coming up, bring that left foot in. Hold on to your right thigh again. Twirl your right foot around, just releasing any tension there from the ankle. Going one way with circles of your foot. And going the other way, circling your foot. That's it. Point your whole foot. Flex your whole foot. Point your foot. And flex just your toes. So the foot stays pointed and your toes flex back. Spread them out. Point them again. And release. Take a hold of your left thigh. Circle your left foot around. Goodness. And go the other way. And we'll point and flex. Point your whole foot. Flex just the toes, spread them out. And release, give it a twirl. And back down. Lovely, yogis. Just lift and lower your heels a couple of times. That's it. And you can shimmy back towards the back of your chair, leaning back onto it. I'll take the hands up, big breath in, stretch them high. Lift your heels, squeeze the calves, and then bring your hands down and your heels down, all the way through center. Hands resting onto your thighs. Shoulders relax. I'll spend just a couple of minutes being still, fully relaxed, letting the body settle after our practice. So just make sure you've got no tension left there in the feet or the ankles or in the calves or in your thighs. The belly's relaxed, as are your shoulders. Your arms feel supported. If, like me, you are holding onto your thighs, perhaps turn your palms up and rest them in your lap so your hands are relaxed. The face softens. And if you need a focal point, you could listen to the soft sound of your breath. Yogis, taking a few rounds of full breath as we finish. So let's lift up away from the back of a chair, back into an upright posture. Take a full breath that fills up your belly and expands into your chest. Pause if you can just for a moment at the top and slowly exhale. One smooth, complete breath out, all the way. Empty fully so that then you can breathe once again into your belly. Slowly does it expand all the way up into the heart space. Pause in if you can just for a second and releasing with control all the way out. One more of those, please. An expansive breath in. And out. Think like a star, yogis. Stretch your arms out, your hands out, your fingers out, pull them back. Open everything up into your chest. Big morning-like stretch. Feeling good. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Take a moment to silently thank yourself for coming to your mat today. Please join me for one more deep breath. In together and out together. Thank you for your practice, yogi. Namaste.